The Quraysh, the people who at that time the miracle this Quran came down on, the thing that they used to admire and look up to was poetry. Fasaha of poetry. We all know the mu'allaqat, Amr ibn Qais and Zuhair ibn Abi Sulma and Antara and A'sha and the likes of these men who were the poets of that time, whose words were eloquency, and so eloquent that their poetry was taken and it was written in ink of gold and it was then tied to the Kaaba, and that's why it was called mu'allaqat. And why was it called mu'allaqat? Because it was tied on the Kaaba. You look at their words and how rich their language is. But then, you know what's amazing about the Quran? When I read Arabic poetry and I look into I realized the richness of the Quran is the wording and the content. And these people, their content, even if the word is like good, it's eloquent. It's really, really eloquent. But the content is what? Very vulgar. And that was their reason to get to people. If you look at the books of shi'r, why do they always start with women? Why like Zuhair ibn Abi Sulma, Ka'b ibn Zuhair ibn Abi Sulma, we're going to take inshallah Bani Su'ad. He's talking about a woman called Su'ad. He's describing her. هيفاء مقبلة عجزاء مدبرة لا يشتكى منها قصر ولا طول. And he's describing this woman. Same with Antara, امرؤ القيس. قفا نبكي من ذكرى حبيب ومنزل بالسقط اللوى بين الدخول فحمري فتوضح فالمغرات. يعني let's cry, let's all stand up, let's cry for the woman he loves. Same with Antara. Antara was, his father was a leader of the tribe. His father was a high positioned man, but his father had him from his slave. Antara was born from the slave woman. And so he was dark. So what happened was his father, Shaddad, denounced him, just to ignore him. Basically, you're a mistake I did. He wouldn't add him to his family, structure of the family. And Antara loved his cousin, Abla. He loved her so much. And he wants to get married to Abla. He keeps wanting to ask, this is his first cousin. But no one's going to give him Abla. But he earns it through his poetry, and he's a fighter. He knows how to fight. He's a solid fighter. So he brings glory to the tribe on many fights that he goes towards. So then all of them, their poetry is about women and khamar and this and that. And they describe the khamar so much that one day I had to spend looking at all of the shu'ara, their description of khamar and where were they different and all of that. And I'm doing that only not because I like khamar, because of the language that they use in order to describe the khamar. It's so profound. What I mean by this, brothers, is that the Quran's content is rich, and the things that it talks about is so rich, you won't find that elsewhere. And that's why they were shocked. The Quran doesn't start with women, none of that. But it's attracting them. And it's not poetry. And it's smooth. The way it goes is so amazing in the flow. Brothers, why was Quraysh the people who the Shaykh is saying that they were challenged? Why is he saying the challenge was to Quraysh? Now the challenge is not only to Quraysh, it's to everybody. But if Quraysh can't do it, no one else can do it. Why is that the case? The reason is because Quraysh had something very unique about them, which is Quraysh, they resided in Mecca, and they were able to meet all the different tribes. And because they were able to meet the different tribes, Quraysh, they were borrowing words. Because they were the custodians of the Kaaba. Everyone who came, whatever language and eloquency they had, and they built themselves a very powerful language. They took from every tribe the best of their Arabic. So they accumulated a very strong Arabic, better than all the other tribes now.